Hello, the Hiking Padre here, coming to you from Shades State Park in West Central Indiana. And as you know, this week I had planned, if you're following my blog or have been following me on Facebook, I've been planning to do a thru hike of the Tecumseh Trail. And that got started on Monday and it ended on Tuesday. About 5 miles in, I had to leave the trail due to my hiking boots failing. Among some other significant reasons, including it being exhaustingly hot. So I took a day off to recover, and I am here in the Shade State Park in the backpacking camp area, and wanted to take a moment to show you my setup. And so here we go. We have the AMOC Dramer 2.0 camping hammock out. You can see the bug net is deployed because I want to keep, I've seen a lot of spiders and there's a lot of flies and things like that out here. It's a really buggy spot, so I want to keep myself clear until I climb in a little bit later on, which I'll probably do shortly after making this video to have maybe a siesta. So I've got the camping hammock hung up here. You can see we're hanging to trees. I had to be a little bit picky about the spots back here. There's like 7 spots back here in this backpacking area, and this was the only one I found that really hit the spot to hang up the AMOC. I've got my ground tarp underneath for entry and exit, my trekking poles over there, and of course my pack is hanging from some paracord around the tree, easily visible. This backpacking spot is a nice little clearing. As I said, there are about 7 of these, and each one includes a picnic table, a fire pit, together with a swinging grate that you can cook on if you wanted to. They are somewhat interconnected. There are little trails that lead between them. You are allowed 2 tents in these clearings. I don't know how they would handle hammocks if you had multiple hammocks. We're just going to take a little walk, tell you a little bit about the trip. I got into the parking lot late in the 10 o'clock hour. Figured out what I needed to do. Hit the trail, I believe, about 11:30. I did manage to get lost at the campground turnoff. I kept going straight. Some of the signage was slightly confusing to me, being my first time that I've come to this park. I wasn't the only one. I saw a gentleman. I thought he actually went off trail to use the bathroom. And what it turned out was that he had went off trail because he was looking for shortcuts. Eventually, I wound up having to help him. So I spent a little bit of time on trails 8 and 7, which probably took me about a half an hour off course. And then I helped that gentleman, which took me about another maybe 10 to 15 minutes off course when I found him plodding through the woods, trying to make his own shortcut. Please don't do that. Save our woods, please. So here you see the facilities that are available back here at the Backpackers Camp. There's a privy, or a pit toilet, I guess, technically speaking. There's a little lean-to shed kind of thing here. And then I think you can probably see across the street there's a water spigot for rinsing and also for drinking. This spigot, the water's kind of a milky white, so I went ahead and used my Sawyer squeeze filter on it, and it's fine. I drank straight from it as well. I'm just pretty picky about my water, so, there you go. You notice there's a gravel trail. That trail leads down to the canoe camp. I walked down there after setting up camp. This is the trail that they use to bring firewood. So there's a concession that'll come out in, I don't know, about $5.50 a night. They'll bring you a pile of firewood that you can use. You are not permitted to pick up sticks or anything off of the ground here to use for firewood. So if you choose to come out here, please keep that in mind. I am here on, I believe today is June 2nd or 3rd. And it was a 2.25 mile hike out here, plus the added distance. So I'll say I've hiked probably between the unanticipated detour as well as my hike down to the creek side. I've probably done 3 miles today, which I'm a beginner backpacker. That's fine for me. And coming back into my clearing here, where I will be spending the evening tonight. Just a beautiful spot here. Got some nice shady trees. Not going to pitch the tarp. There's no rain in the forecast. I have it with me if things change, but I don't think they're going to. There is no cellular service out here. Please be aware of that. If you are anticipating needing cellular service, you're not going to get it. I'm on Verizon. Verizon's got a pretty good network, and we've got no service whatsoever out here. It is even spottier than it was Monday night at Low Gap. So be aware of that. So this is my home for the night. I'm going to crawl in. I have a meditation retreat CD by James Finley saved to my phone. I've got a solar charger and a pre-powered charger that I'll be using as well to do that. And I've got a Star Trek novel as well to read. I think I'm going to have a little bit of a siesta, and I'm going to think about my dinner. I've got a Mountain House spaghetti that'll be calling my name in a couple of hours. If you've enjoyed the video and the look here at the Shade State Park backpacking area, I encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please follow my blog at hikingpadre.blogspot.com. And as always, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up the line of his countenance upon you and fill you with his gift of peace.